Okay, now we're going to introduce the jump and turn. So instead of lunging, now we're going to jump into the center and turn. I'll show him again because he looks confused. We've lunged. He's already learned that. Now we just, instead of lunging, jump and turn. Finish with the chest toward the camera at 12 o'clock. I'm going to go show him a third time. Where to start. Right here. Now I'll demonstrate off to the side so he can copy me. And there you have it. Trying to get him to look. He's having trouble visualizing what he sees. He sees me doing it, but somewhere in his head he's not really able to do it himself. That's why the coach has to be there, because he'll think he's doing it right. Okay, now we're going to bring the right foot out. It has to be in line with the left sector line. Otherwise, it's going to have to go around the left foot. You want it to go straight across. Wide, but straight across. Okay, he's starting to get it. Right foot's still a little bit flat in the middle, but now we're going to pick up the left foot, which is going to bend the left knee and help him drive forward. This shifts the weight forward, so he drives more forward. Right now he's been having too much weight on his right leg. It's hard to push off and go forward that way. During the actual right leg sweep, the right leg is actually in the air. So the weight has to be forward on the bent left leg. The weight can only be forward if the left heel is up and the left knee is bent. So I need him to get back into this position each time. He's finally facing the throwing direction. Sometimes just getting into these positions, like the bent leg and having the weight forward and facing forward, the drill becomes easier. If he'll be less to think about. Now I have him step away and then come back to see if he can get into the position and repeat it. Okay, now step away again, out of the position. Now see if you can come back into the position. Okay, good. And there it is. The jump and turn. And his chest is facing the throwing direction. His feet haven't quite landed right, but right now I'm trying to show him his, in order to turn faster, his hip has to be over the foot. Right now he's got it too far back behind his heel. To do that, he's got to bend the right knee forward, get the right heel up, and turn. That way it'll be much faster to rotate that way. You can see him trying to bend the leg and stay on top of it rather than shifting forward. Here's another moment where I just give him a chance to try it on his own, figure it out without too much verbal instruction. When it's clear in his head, he'll try it. Now I want him to try and have a target. The target is the center of the circle for his right foot. The right foot will land in the center. The left foot will land on the left sector line. This should finish him basically in the power position. He sees now it's to get across into the middle of the circle, he's going to have to lean forward. He's going to have to really drive forward in order to get that far into the circle. Good. Didn't quite rotate around far enough. But he corrected it on his own. He saw it. He saw what the problem was. Now we're going to practice release, starting with the right leg, driving the right hip forward, which pulls the discus around. We add a 1K ball for weight to drag the right hand around, then try a South African with the discus. But right now we're working on the right hip, driving that forward. So we can feel the discus pull around. Okay, now we're going to try the South African. Very good. Now he's going to try the discus just to see how it goes all together. That's very good. This time we'll try to throw it. Remember, we haven't worked on the releases. I'm not too worried about the releases yet because it's wet out. We don't want to spend a lot of time walking in the wet grass and coming back and getting our shoes wet. So what I'm trying to concentrate on is footwork in the center of the circle. The release, you know, that can be done against the fence. We're going to do that next. But that can be done over and over and over again. But throwing a discus, you lose a lot of time by trying to go out and retrieve it and come back. I think the release can be taught very quickly. There's certain drills for that. Now I'm going to show him the whole thing. How it all, so he can kind of see how it all ties together. Nice and slow. Step out. Jump and turn. Right foot in the center. I didn't quite make it. Left foot on the left sector line. Try to sweep out wide with the right. Land on the toes. Chest toward 12 and around. Driving with the hip. Now I haven't coached the discus from this point to go up high. I'm working more on the footwork. So he carries the discus low into the center, into the release, but at the high point. That could be covered later practices.